Are we live? It looks like we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pop Culture Asylum. I'm your host, Gabriel. I hope everyone's having a great day today. I definitely am, and I hope everyone who is watching this video is also having a great day as well. And it's Thursday. You know what that means. And that, yeah, Aew Dynamite was last night. And yes, I didn't give a review out last night because I was working, unfortunately, and I was kind of pissed that I missed AEW Dynamite last night because I was able to watch this morning and it was an incredible show. There is so much to talk about. I cannot wait to talk about AEW Dynamite tonight. But before I even talk about that, right? Because again, I'm going to leave that for later. We got to go over the news first. Okay. And there's a lot of news coming from yesterday, but there's also some news today, especially right now. There is news right now, and let's just get it out of the way. Right off the bat, before I talk about AEW Dynamite as usual, I talk about the news in professional wrestling. And literally just now, I was literally setting up this live stream when this news hit. And more WWE releases just happened just now. And here are the names. And again, all the articles that I'm reading from WrestlingInc.com. So if you guys want to read the article for yourself, the link is in the description. But here's the news. Literally just now, John Laurinaitis has sent out an email this evening noting that Hit Row, everyone from Hit Row, Top Dollar, Isaiah Swerve Scott, and Ashante Diathonis all got released. The other people that are in this name are John Morrison, what the fuck, Tegan Knox, Drave Maverick, Shane Thorne, and Jackson Riker were all released. The cuts were described as budgetary. Guys, what can I say that hasn't already been said? Tell me. What can I say that hasn't already been said already in this channel? I already made multiple videos on WWE releases, and the fact that they keep happening, oh my God, man. Oh, the people at WWE are a bunch of fucking morons. They're a bunch of morons. Okay? Again, WWE is the fucking Titanic, and it's sinking down faster and faster. Like, what? Hit Row? You just called them up to the main roster. Legit. You just called them up to the main roster. They had been for SmackDown for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And you fucking release them? How the fuck does that make any sense? You didn't even give these guys a chance. You guys literally did not give these guys a legit chance. What the fuck? Oh my God, man. WWE is run by a bunch of fucking morons. I swear, man. I swear. Like, every day, more and more, every single day. Like, I think Vince McMahon is really selling WWE. He has to. Like, there's no way he's making all these stupid decisions and not selling WWE. That's literally the only logical explanation. Why else would Vince McMahon do this shit? What the hell, man? Oh, God. Not only Hit Row, John Morrison, a man that could have benefited your mid-card division, who could have really benefited your mid-card division, but no. Instead, you brought him in, you did nothing with him, you made him a complete fucking joke, and you released him. What the fuck? Tegan Knox. Tegan Knox. One of the most talented ladies ever. The woman with one of the most beautiful shining wizards of all time. You literally drafted her. You drafted her and you fucking released her, not even giving her a chance. Not even giving her a chance. Honestly, for all the people that have been drafted to either Raw or SmackDown, just expect them to get released. Just expect them to get released. Because if they're not going to be used, then they're probably going to be fucking released anyways. Tegan Knox. Why the fuck would you release Tegan Knox? You didn't even give her a fucking chance. You did not give Tegan Knox a chance. Honestly. And then Dre Maverick, Shane Thorne, and Jackson Riker. Again, these are other guys that didn't even get a chance. Well, Jackson Riker, he has. And I'm not surprised that they released Jackson Riker. He's not good. But Dre Maverick and Shane Thorne. Dre Maverick, ever since he came to WWE, he was going to be a nobody. Let's just be real. WWE was not going to push a guy like Dre Maverick. And Shane Thorne, they did fucking nothing with Shane Thorne, another man that didn't even get a proper chance in WWE. Oh my God. What the fuck are you guys doing at WWE? What are you guys smoking to do this kind of shit? And oh my God. And the topping, literally the cherry on top of this shit cake. The cuts were described as budgetary. They got fired due to budget cuts. Taya Valkyrie perfectly said it best. She said something on Twitter that said it perfectly. Of course, she's one of the other ladies that got released by WWE for absolutely no fucking reason. Hold on. She said it so perfectly. Hold on. I can't spell her name. Valkyrie, the former Frankie Monet. Hold on. Where is it? There we go. Here's what she had to say on Twitter. Stop supporting a company that has zero respect for their talent. You love pro wrestling. Spend your money on the hundreds of other alternatives. This is wrong. And ethically, as employers, they don't care about us, talents or fans. Well fucking said. Well said by Taya Valkyrie, man. That is so spot on. How can anyone support this company? With all the shit they have done this past year alone, and the shit that they give us every Monday and Friday night, how can we support this company? How? Can anyone tell me? Why support a company that is doing this shit to these wrestlers? Honestly. And you're wondering why so many wrestlers are painting WWE as the fucking bad guys. Okay? Honestly, Triple H must be fucking fuming right now, especially with that Hit Row. Triple H was working extremely hard on Hit Row. They could have been the next big thing if WWE put their time on it. But as you know, WWE is fucking lazy. They are lazy. And if you guys don't see that, then you are so fucking oblivious. Then I don't know what to fucking tell you. Okay, Triple H must be fuming right now, and I don't blame them. I, honest to God, don't blame them. Okay, if I was Triple H, I would be pissed as well. I would go find Vince McMahon right now and give him a piece of my mind. Because this shit is getting fucking ridiculous. Honestly. I don't know what to say with these releases. Like, I'm literally sounding like a broken record at this point. I'm sounding like a broken record. Like, you can hear me say the same exact thing because I made multiple of these release videos on my channel, which is sad to see. It's just sad that I have to make these WWE releases videos. Multiple of them. I think I got like 5 or 6 on my channel. That is unacceptable. Unacceptable. And especially for budget cuts, you're going to cut these wrestlers for budget cuts. Bullshit. I'm not surprised anymore. I'm just not. I'm really not surprised anymore. Like, honestly, with WWE, I haven't been watching Raw these last couple of weeks. I haven't been watching SmackDown these last couple of weeks, and I'm perfectly fine with it. There was a time where I used to defend WWE. There was a time where I used to cry if I missed a Raw or SmackDown. I haven't watched Raw or SmackDown these last couple of weeks, and I'm perfectly fine with it. I'm perfectly fine with it. In matter of fact, I purposely schedule my schedule at my other jobs just to miss Raw and SmackDown because I just don't care about those shows anymore. I don't. And again, what's the point of investing in these characters if WWE is just going to fucking release them like a month later? Honestly, what's the fucking point? What's the point? Man, I just don't know what to say anymore. I really don't. Like, I'm sounding like a broken record at this point. Like, literally, everything that I'm saying right now, go back to my channel, right? Watch some of my WWE releases videos. Then you know that the shit that I'm saying now is the exact same shit that I said before. I don't want to sound like a broken record anymore. Just WWE is run by a bunch of morons and it's run by a senile old man. That's all I gotta say. Like, I wanted this to be a positive video, but after seeing this, WWE just loves to fuck up my day. Just loves to fuck a lot of people's days. Because that's WWE's memo now. That's WWE's memo. Just, how can we make these people's lives a living hell? Oh, let's fire them and let's make the fans of these certain wrestlers' life a living hell. Thank God we have other promotions. Thank God we got New Japan Pro Wrestling. Thank God we got the NWA. Thank God we got Major League Wrestling. Thank God we got GCW. Thank God we got Impact. And thank fucking God we have All Elite Wrestling, which is the best promotion on the planet. But that's just me. But I'm just happy that we got other alternatives. Okay? I'm just happy that these wrestlers can go elsewhere and be stars and be way more valued by any other company that is on the rise right now instead of like being like shit on by WWE every single fucking week. That's all I gotta say on that. I'm just sick and tired of talking about these releases. I'm sick and tired of it. But somebody has to tell you guys on who got released and why that this is straight up bullshit. That $1 million company, a company that gets multiple and multiple of deals, millions of dollars. They get millions of dollars alone from Saudi Arabia. There's no excuse to fucking do this shit. Okay, maybe once, yeah, I didn't like it, but it was understandable. But more, keep doing these releases over and over again. When is enough enough? Honestly, when is enough enough? That's my rant. I'm done talking about these releases. But somebody needs to call them out on their bullshit. Somebody needs to call them out on their bullshit. And if you, oh my God, I hope nobody's defending this. For the love of God, I hope to God that nobody is defending this practice by WWE. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Okay, this is just straight up bullshit. That's all I gotta say on that. So that's the news for today. And what's also funny is that WWE 2K22 came out with their trailers and stuff like that. GM mode is back in WWE 2K22. Yay! You should have put it in the fucking games to begin with. But yeah, but now with all these releases happening, WWE 2K22, yeah, it's going to hit different. It's going to be the first WWE game that is going to have nobody on the fucking roster. Okay? That's all I got to say on that. I am not buying WWE 2K22. Like, again, what's the point? Everyone's going to be fucking released by then. Literally, 99% of the roster is going to be released by then. Okay, what's the point of buying a fucking game if there's no one to play with? Okay, that kind of sounds wrong, but you guys know what I mean. That's all I gotta say on that. So that was the releases. That was the news on today. Let's talk about the news from yesterday. So right off the bat, let's talk about Kenny Omega. Of course, Kenny Omega just lost the AEW World Championship to Hangman Adam Page from Full Gear last Saturday. Amazing matchup. And Kenny Omega had an amazing title reign. Amazing title reign, in my opinion. And it looks like he's going to get surgery. Multiple surgeries, actually. And again, I'm reading this from WrestlingInc.com. If you guys want to read the article, the links are in the description. But here's what it has to say. On the most recent episode of Aew Dynamite, Kenny Omega revealed that he is taking some time away from the company. He also teased some tension with Adam Cole in last night's segment. I will talk about that in a minute. As previously reported, the former AEW World Champion has lots of issues lately. On the latest episode of the Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that Omega has suffered problems with his knee, shoulder, abdominal, and hemina, as well as others, and has worked through them all. Omega recently revealed that he has been suffering from vertigo since 2018, saying that the room would start spinning for him while he was wrestling. Meltzer noted that Kenny Omega is most likely set for multiple surgeries. The state of those surgeries are still to be determined. He's taking time away from the ring in order to get healthy for the first time in a while. But Meltzer said that there's a lot of rehabilitation involved if he does multiple surgeries at once. When it comes to a return date, there's nothing set in stone, but February was mentioned. However, Meltzer noted that this could be premature and he hasn't even had any surgeries yet. It was also mentioned that Omega's status for the upcoming Triple H shows is unclear at the time. Kenny Omega had a 346-day run at AEW World Champion, which was the longest in company history to this point. He dropped the title to Hangman Adam Page at Full Gear on Saturday. And a matter of fact, we have a little more into it as Jim Ross gave his thoughts on Kenny Omega's situation. And here's what he has to say. On the latest episode of the Grilling JR podcast, JR spoke about the fallout from AEW Full Gear this past weekend and the excitement about Hangman Adam Page becoming the new AEW World Champion. Ross praised Kenny Omega for his involvement in putting over Page and talked about Omega working the match while dealing with several injuries. And here's what he had to say. Adam had the night he needed. The performance was specifically that he needed, Ross said. Giving a lot of credit to Kenny Omega, Omega's body is battered. He got bad shoulders. I don't know what he's going to do if I were him, and I'm sure Tony Khan is feeling somewhat the same way. You got to get the guy some rest. He's got to heal a bit. Quite frankly, it's not a bad thing because he lost the title. Now he cannot go invisible. He cannot go invisible, but be less prominent on the shows as a wrestler and more of a personality until he's healthy. Kenny Omega deserves a hell of a lot of credit of making that matchup with Adam as good as it was. I think Kenny just elevated Page. He made sure the translation from himself to Hangman Page was spot on, and it was. I really enjoyed their outing. Omega is set to undergo multiple surgery and taking a leave in absence from AEW while dealing with his recovery. As far as what's next for the new AEW World Champion, Page and Bryan Danielson went face-to-face on last night's AEW Dynamite, which I will talk about in a few minutes, setting up their future match. I think Page is going to make a great champion, Ross said. People are already talking about Bryan Danielson as the #1 contender, so that match would be one of the great experiences of Hangman Page's career. Bryan Danielson is a maestro. Jim Ross also Page MJF and Darby Allin's match at Full Gear, saying that he was pleasantly surprised by the wrestling match that they have. I thought it started off good. The match between MJF and Darby Allin was a pleasant surprise because they had a hell of a wrestling match. MJF hasn't wrestled that much recently. I thought they had a great match and a great opener. Either you want to close the pay-per-view or you want to start it. That's my philosophy. And that's basically all what JR said in his podcast. But obviously the main thing was Kenny Omega's health. And again, first of all, Kenny Omega, just the fact, like he was dealing with vertigo ever since 2018. Think of all the matches he had, all the incredible 5-star matches from 2018 to 2021. Like Omega versus Hangman Adam Page, Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega versus Andrade El Idolo, Kenny Omega versus Rey Felix. All these incredible matches that Kenny Omega had. If that doesn't prove that Kenny Omega is one of the greatest professional wrestlers of the modern era and one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, then I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, just Kenny Omega wasn't even 100% for 2 years, 2 to 3 years. And he still put out some of the best matches in the history of professional wrestling. Okay, that is fucking impressive. Okay, I wish Kenny Omega nothing but the best. I hope he has a speedy recovery. And again, Kenny Omega, surgeries or not, he deserves a break. He deserves a break. Take him off of TV for like a month or two. Kenny Omega deserves it. And I'm not saying that because I hate Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is one of my absolute favorites. He's fucking phenomenal. I want Kenny Omega to take the time off because I care about Kenny Omega. I love Kenny Omega. And I want him to heal up so that when he comes back, he would be fucking better than ever. Okay? But yeah, Kenny Omega, I love you, man. I hope you recover from all these injuries. I hope you have a speed recovery. And I hope you enjoy your break, man. You enjoy your break. And don't worry. AEW has done an incredible job building up a deep-ass roster. Okay? Trust me. AEW got you covered. They got you covered. Okay? But yeah, take care, Kenny Omega. And I hope you're okay. I hope you have a speedy recovery. And just enjoy your break, man. Enjoy your break because you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. Okay? I want you to go out. I want you to relax on your bed. You know, drink a couple margaritas here and there. Watch some Netflix. You know, enjoy your break, man, because you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. Love you, Kenny. So, there's my thoughts on Kenny Omega. Now, next piece of news that I want to talk about is the AEW Women's Division and the situation on, like, of course, there was this rumor going around saying that because, you know, usually on AEW Dynamite, we usually get one women's matchup every single week and like 1 or 2 segments. That's it. And a lot of people thought it was TNT/Warner Media's fault. Well, clearly that is not the case. Here's what it has to say. There is reportedly nothing to the rumors at Warner Media and TNT officials limiting the amount of women's divisions action in AEW Dynamite. There has been rumors over the past year or so that there's been rumors over the last year or so that said network officials only wanted one women's division match per episode of AEW Dynamite, which limited the level of women's action on AEW's flagship show. Fightful Select reports that there was never a decree handed down and there was never a request made for less or more women's matches. It was noted that this was not something outlined or passed along to others within AEW. Instead, Warner Media was said to be more focused on good talent, good content, and network officials particularly enjoy it when AEW programming has a good social rating and a good TV's rating story. This is the part of why the network issues press releases when Dynamite draws well in viewership and key demographic ratings. The AEW Women's World Champion Britt Baker is currently leading the AEW Women's Division, and the company is planning to crown the first ever AEW TBS Champion, adding a secondary title to the division. The quarterfinals of the TBS title tournament will begin on tonight or last night as Hikaru Shita takes on Nyla Rose, which was a great match. But again, I will get to that when I review the entire show. But yeah, I can already tell that this definitely cut the fucking IWC in half. I'm sure one side is perfectly fine with the women's division right now, and I'm sure the other half is not fine with the women's division. The way it is right now. And here's my opinion on that. Honestly, personally, in my own opinion, and again, this is my opinion, this is not fact or anything, so please don't attack me in the comment section if my opinion doesn't agree with yours. But yeah, like, honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with AEW building up the women's division right now. The way they're handling the women's division, I think they're doing a pretty good job. And with only like putting one match and like 1 or 2 segments, we're getting a good amount of stuff. Like, we got the TBS Championship Tournament, which is showcasing a lot of ladies on both Dynamite and Rampage. A lot of stories are being built off of that tournament. Not only that, but we got a program in Hikaru Shida and Serena Deeb. And of course, the seeds are being planted for Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa. So I think despite the one match like formula and the 1 or 2 segments, I think AEW is surprisingly doing a great job with the handling of the women's division right now. Like, they have gone better and better. Now, do I think that maybe like one more women's match and maybe one more segment wouldn't hurt? I personally think AEW, like, in my personal opinion, if it's needed, right? Like, maybe, like, I would love to see a Dynamite where we have 2 women's matches and maybe 3 segments, but we're not going to get that every single week. And I don't want to say that I want like 2 segments, or 2 matches every single week if one of the matches is not important. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like in one Dynamite, like we have Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb, which is important because the rivalry has been going on for the last couple weeks, and maybe do like a matchup between Chris Statlander and Penelope Ford. Not many people are going to care about the matchup because there wasn't any build to it. You know what I mean? And usually Dynamite and Rampage are usually the shows where like you put the important matches on the show. And if you want to see the wrestlers that are like showcased, you can watch AEW Dark or AEW Dark Elevation. That's why Dark and Elevation are there. And if you're having a matchup on Dynamite or Rampage, then those are the important matches. So yeah, like if the situation is necessary, like I think it would make sense to do at least 2 women's matches and maybe 2 or 3 segments. But I think the way AEW is handling their women's division right now, in my personal opinion, I think AEW is doing a great job. In my personal opinion. But yeah, that's my opinion on that. But I want to know your opinion on that as well. Oh man, my throat. So there's that. So one more piece of news is involving like the Briscoes. The freaking Briscoes, bro. Here's what it has to say. Top tag team, the Briscoe brothers, are reportedly set to be at tonight's AEW taping at Northward, Virginia, which was last night. There's no word on if the legendary ROH tag team... Wow. Sorry, my throat. My screaming over the fucking WWE releases. What the fuck, WWE? But yeah. There's no word on if the legendary ROH tag team will appear on the show. Obviously, that was not the case. But if there's even talks to join AEW, but Fightful Select reports that one source claims that the brothers are just at Dynamite to visit. They live less than 3 hours away from Maryland, but recently fueled the rumor mill when teasing a match against AAA World Tag Team Champions FTR, which I would love to see. Which I would definitely love to see. And the future of Mark and Jay Briscoe have been up in the air ever since ROH announced their major hiatus until April of 2022, which will begin next month after the Final Battle pay-per-view. The Briscoes are looking to secure their 12th title reign Final Battle as they challenge the ROH World Tag Team Championship champions, the OGK. Of course, tonight's Dynamite would see a debut of an top ROH star, blah, blah, blah. If you guys want to read the other parts of the article, the link are in the description. But first, my charger kind of fell, so give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I don't want my computer to die while doing this review. That would suck. There we go. We back. We back up in this bitch. Okay? But yeah. Like, the Briscoes, I would absolutely love to see the Briscoes in AEW, man. Like, they're just they're brawling, like, don't give a fuck attitude. I think that would the Briscoes, bro, they're like literally one of the best tag teams in the world, man. They are fucking awesome. And imagine the Lucha Bros versus the Briscoes. The Briscoes have a history with the Young Bucks. Okay? Imagine the Briscoes versus Santana and Ortiz. Ooh, damn. Okay, I was so want that in a heartbeat. Yo, Tony, I think you should get the Briscoes, so that way you should do that match, because I that would be so fucking awesome. But yeah, like, I hope the Briscoes end up in AEW. I think they would be a great addition to AEW. And plus, for the casual wrestling audience, or for the people that are not that hardcore into professional wrestling, they can be a really unique addition to the AEW roster. And again, I think the Briscoes would be absolutely phenomenal in AEW. But yeah, that's all I got to say to that. And that's basically the news. That is the news on professional wrestling, both today and yesterday. So now, the moment of truth. The moment you guys are all here for, the AEW Dynamite review. And without further ado, let's talk about it. Now, AEW Dynamite last night. Phenomenal show. Incredible show. Okay, this was a Fallout to Full Gear, and I'm already fucking excited for what AEW has plans, both next week and down the road future. Okay? Like, bro, there's so much to talk about. I cannot wait to talk about this. It shows like yesterday night that makes me proud to be a wrestling fan and makes me pissed at my fucking job that I fucking missed this live, bro. But that ain't gonna happen next week. That's not gonna happen next week because I get out early next week. So expect an AEW Dynamite review next week. Trust me, you guys will get it next week because I'm coming out of my job very early. So expect a review next week. So right off the bat, we saw with a co-open with the segment with the Elite, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Adam Cole. Of course, Kenny Omega addressed his loss and basically addressed that it was basically not a good night for the Elite because the Super Click lost their battle to Christian Cage and Jurassic Express. And of course, Kenny Omega lost the AEW World Championship. So he said that he has to go away for a little bit. But while he's doing that, he wants the Super Click to hold the fort. And Adam Cole immediately said, "No worry, Cleaner. I got it." But what's interesting is that Adam Cole got shut down by Kenny Omega when Kenny Omega said, "Oh, I wasn't talking about you, Cole. I was just talking about the Young Bucks. I was just talking about them, not you." Which I thought was very, very interesting. Definitely planting the seeds between Omega and the Bucks and shock the system. Okay? And you know O'Reilly is coming to AEW. You know damn well O'Reilly's coming to AEW. But yeah, great opening segment. Definitely did a great job teasing what is to come. After that, we started off the show, not with a matchup, surprisingly, but with the Hangman Page celebration. And of course, it was National Cowboy Day yesterday, which I thought was very funny. But then he's celebrating with the Dark Order. Then all of a sudden, Bryan Danielson comes out. He interrupts Hangman Adam Page. And both men, well, first of all, they respected each other. But then they're just throwing fucking shade at each other. And bro, Bryan Danielson, he turned heel. He absolutely, this motherfucker mentioned WrestleMania. Okay, and literally said to the crowd, "You boo hard work? You boo hard work?" Typical fans booing hard work. Okay, who the fuck are you? Okay, to judge me, to boo me, who puts hard work. Okay, I thought that was phenomenal. That was just a phenomenal segment. Hangman Page wanted to beat the shit out of Danielson. The Dark Order just trying to separate each other. And Danielson saying, "Oh, not even your friends. Not even your friends. Not even your friends want us to fight because they know that if they let us fight, I would kick your ass. I would take your ass down." And Hangman Page just got a shot in. Bryan Danielson just gets out of the ring just in the nick of time. And it was just a phenomenal segment. Fuck yes. That was a phenomenal segment. WWE, take notes. Take notes, you senile fucks. Okay? That was literally AEW's first attempt of doing a fucking segment to start the show than a wrestling matchup. And they did so much better than what you fuckers do every single week. Okay? That should speak volumes, man. My goodness. Amazing. Phenomenal segment to start off Dynamite. And that leads to Bryan Danielson versus Evil Uno. And this was a great match to start the show. Definitely a great match by both of these men. We saw a more aggressive side of Bryan Danielson. The crowd was booing the shit out of Danielson. We saw a more aggressive side. And despite Evil Uno's efforts, and again, it was a great matchup, Bryan Danielson picks up the victory, destroying Evil Uno. And yeah, it was a great matchup. And then after that, we get an interview by Bryan Danielson. And now Danielson, before his matchup with Adam Page, every single week, he wants a piece of the Dark Order. He wants every single member of the Dark Order. Not Anna Jade, though. She's taken by Jungle Boy. But yeah, so he wants every member of the Dark Order. And in matter of fact, he mentioned that next week's Dynamite is in Chicago. And he wants Colt Cabana. So we're getting fucking Bryan Danielson versus Colt Cabana next week. That is going to be a great match. That is going to be an absolute great matchup by both of those men. I cannot wait for that matchup next week. After that, we get a small interview. This was after his matchup against Darby Allin at Full Gear. And it was just an incredible promo, as always. MJF is phenomenal when it comes to the mic. He is just an overall total package. He can wrestle. He is talk. He is just fucking phenomenal, bro. I love MJF. I absolutely love MJF. Greatest heel of the modern era. Okay? It ain't Roman Reigns, people. It ain't Roman Reigns. As much as the good work that he is doing, he ain't no fucking MJF. Okay? So, yeah, great promo as always. After that, we get an interview by my boy, Eddie Kingston. And Daniel Garcia in 2.0 interrupts. And Daniel Garcia, Eddie Kingston, great back and forth, great verbal exchange. And these two look like they were about to go to war, like they were face to face. And bro, that is amazing. And here's the thing. Eddie Kingston versus Daniel Garcia was not announced for Rampage. Could we get Eddie Kingston versus Daniel Garcia next week on Dynamite? Maybe. But I don't even mind if they do like a small rivalry between Eddie Kingston and Daniel Garcia. I think that would be a great match. But even if they save it for Dynamite next week, I wouldn't even be mad at that. I think that would be incredible. I cannot wait for that. Either is a rivalry or a one-time match. I'm excited either way. I'm absolutely excited either way. After that, we get the Butcher and the Blade of the Hardy family office going against Orange Cassidy and the never open weight champion, the man who is making his AEW debut all the way from New Japan Pro Wrestling, the man who a couple of days earlier defeated Jay White to become the never open weight champion. Tomohiro Ishii made his debut in AEW, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. It was so awesome seeing Tomohiro Ishii on AEW Dynamite. Like, bro, Tomohiro Ishii, one of the pillars of New Japan Pro Wrestling. That is fucking awesome. And, bro, the exchange between the Butcher and Tomohiro Ishii. Mwah. This was just a good, entertaining matchup. I really, really, really enjoyed myself. It was just a very good match, a very entertaining match. And Orange Cassidy or Tomohiro Ishii picks up the victory. But again, I thought this was a very entertaining match, a very good matchup by both of these teams, and a very strong showing by Tomohiro Ishii. After that, we get an interview by Andrade El Idolo and FTR. And apparently they're calling out Cody Rhodes and Death Triangle. They want all four of them. And in matter of fact, we're getting the matchup next week. Cody Rhodes and Death Triangle going against Malachi Black, Andrade El Idolo, and FTR. Oh my God. Oh, like, in the words of CM Punk, I got a boner from seeing that. Like, oh my God. An 8-man tag team match between Cody and Death Triangle versus Malachi Black, Andrade El Idolo, and FTR. Take my fucking money. Take it all. Take it all, man. Take it all. And we're getting this on free television. I fucking love you, Tony Khan. I love you, Tony Khan. I want to kiss you on the forehead. I want to kiss you on the forehead, man. Oh my God. I am so excited for that matchup next week. And the icing on the cake in this entire promo, man, Andrade Idolo and FTR, is that Tully Blanchard called out Arn Anderson. Of course, they're former tag teams of the Four Horsemen. And imagine, like, they might go at it next week. Woo! I fucking love AEW. I love AEW. I love it. I love it. If AEW was a woman, I would marry her. Okay? Awesome stuff. After that, we get a promo with Conti. Again, she had a great performance at Full Gear. Nothing too crazy here. Basically saying that she lost, but she's learning from experience. And by the next time she fights for the World Championship, that she would be the next AEW Women's champion. After that, we get an interview with Britt Baker. And more steeds are being planted with this Britt Baker Thunder Rosa rivalry. So it looks like Thunder Rosa is next for Britt Baker. And it looks like Thunder Rosa is going to take that title off of Britt Baker. But I really love the seeds that are being planted with this Britt Baker Thunder Rosa rivalry. If AEW is good at anything, it's fucking long-term story time. Matter of fact, next week, Jamie Hayter is going against Thunder Rosa. And maybe to build up this rivalry even more, maybe Britt Baker could cost Thunder Rosa the match and Jamie Hayter moves on in the AEW, in the TBS Championship Tournament. And then, of course, keep building up that rivalry between Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker. That, plus fucking Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb. I love it. I love it. Ooh, I love it. I fucking love it. And speaking of the ladies, Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose. And I just got to say this. Every time these two ladies go at it, like, I don't know, like, they have great chemistry with one another. Because every time Shida and Rose are in the ring together, they always put up an incredible match. Like, they're not like 5-star classics or anything, but they put up really great matches. Like, Hikaru Shida brings the best out of fucking Nyla Rose. Like, this was a great match. The ladies absolutely killed it. And Serena Deeb, during the matchup, went after Shida's leg. And, of course, Serena Deeb, in a way, caused Hikaru Shida the matchup, of course, building up that rivalry between Hikaru Shida and Serena Deeb. And Nyla Rose picks up the victory after an amazing back and forth between Hikaru Shida and Nyla Rose. So Nyla Rose is moving on in the TBS Championship Tournament. After that, we get a promo by Malachi Black, basically sending a threat to Cody and everyone in the Death Triangle. Again, another great promo, as always, by Malachi Black. After that, we get MJF comes out. He talks shit about fucking Virginia, and MJF is the greatest heel of the modern era. He's the greatest heel of the modern era. He's the greatest heel of the modern era. Yeah. Yeah, MJF is the greatest heel of the modern era. Okay? Deal with it. Oh, you Roman lovers? Deal with it, because that's a fact, bruh. So, MJF cuts an incredible promo, and then CM Punk, baby. He comes out. CM Punk comes out. He goes face to face with MJF. There's a stare down. MJF, CM Punk says nothing. MJF tries to introduce CM Punk. Punk turns his back. He leaves, disrespecting MJF, planting the seeds of a CM Punk MJF feud. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Did Christmas come early? Did Christmas come early? Oh my god! A CM Punk MJF feud. We're finally getting it. We're finally getting it. Oh my god, I am so excited. I am you don't oh my god, you don't understand how excited I am. You don't understand. Oh my god. Let me continue this review before I lose my shit. Okay? Let me continue this review. Let me finish it before I lose my shit. But Tony Khan, Tony, if I ever see you in person, I am going to give you the biggest hug ever in the history of hugs. I'm going to give you one of the biggest hugs in the history of hugs. This is phenomenal. I am so excited. Everything about that segment was perfect. Bro, man, what did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve AEW? This is so fucking perfect, bruh. This is so perfect. Tony Khan, you're the man. You're the man. You're the fucking man. Screw Becky Lynch. She ain't the man. You're the man, Tony. You're the fucking man. I love you, Tony. Oh, God, I'm so hyped. Oh, I cannot wait for CM Punk versus MJF. So good. So fucking good. Cannot wait for that. After that, we get an interview with Darby Allin, basically talking about his matchup against MJF at Full Gear. Basically, how he's like MJF didn't break him like physically, like mentally, but he's still a little bit bummed out. But Darby Allin, it looks like he's going to do an open challenge of his own because like he's gonna like wrestle like nonstop for the next couple of weeks. And he said he wants the biggest and the baddest. And then the Gun Club interrupts and Billy Gunn answers the challenge. So it looks like we're gonna get Darby Allin versus Billy Gunn. In matter of fact, we're gonna get Darby Allin versus Billy Gunn this Friday on Rampage. So that's going to be a very, very interesting matchup. After that, we get the Super Click promo. And of course, like Adam Cole, and of course it has been announced that Adam Cole and Bobby Fish is announced against Jurassic Express this Friday on Rampage. Really excited for that. That could be another match of the year candidate, in my opinion. And of course, Bobby Fish was going to say that's undisputed, but the Young Bucks cut him off. So again, the seeds are being planted. The seeds are being planted, boys. Oh, man. I fucking love AEW. I love AEW, man. I do so much. So much. Oh, my God. But, yeah. Like, after that, we get to a banger of a match between Lio Rush and Dante Martin and the Acclaim. I fucking love the Acclaimed. I love the Acclaimed. They are fucking phenomenal. And this is how you showcase the future of professional wrestling. WWE, take notes. Take it all. Take all the fucking notes. Because AEW knows how to make stars. They know how to showcase the next generation of professional wrestlers. This matchup was incredible. This was incredible between Lio Rush and Dante Martin and the Acclaim. This was an amazing matchup, and a matchup that I do recommend you go out of your way and watch. This was a great matchup. and a great tag team by both Lio Rush and Dante Martin. They pick up the victory. After that, Team Taz interrupts, and Team Taz still wants Dante Martin in the group. So, yeah, so it looks like we got a little mini rivalry going on between Lio Rush and Dante Martin and Team Taz, which I'm all for. Which I'm definitely all for. Awesome stuff. After that, we get a promo with Christian Cage and Jurassic Express. That they're more ready than ever thanks to Christian Cage. And then come Rampage this Friday, they're going to kick Adam Cole and Bobby Fish's ass. That's basically the entire promo. And this is the part of the review where I go over the stuff that is happening on Rampage this Friday and Dynamite next week. Here's what's going on. Rampage this Friday. We got Darby Allin going against Billy Gunn. We got Jake Cargill going against Red Velvet in the quarterfinals of the TBS Championship Tournament. And we got Adam Cole and Bobby Fish going against Jurassic Express. So Rampage is fairly sacked for this Friday. Also, we got Dynamite next week as Bryan Danielson goes against Colt Cabana of the Dark Order. Thunder Rosa is going to go against Jamie Hayter in the quarterfinals of the TBS Championship Tournament. And Cody Rhodes and Death Triangle will face Malachi Black, Andrade El Idolo, and FTR. I cannot wait for that freaking matchup. It's going to be so fucking good. So good. I'm more hyped about that matchup than anything that is going on for fucking Survivor Series. Okay, because as you know, of course you guys heard it by everyone that Survivor Series has the worst fucking build in the history of Survivor Series or in the history of WWE pay-per-views, because WWE gave little to no effort into build for Survivor Series. I'm more excited about next week's Dynamite than this Sunday's Survivor Series. That is saying a lot. Okay. After that, we get the Lucha Bros promo, Miedo, basically talking crap about Malachi Black, Andrade El Idolo, and FTR. After that, we get to our main event of the evening as Sammy Guevara defended the TNT Championship against Jay Lethal. And, man, this was a phenomenal matchup. This is definitely a match of the year contender, in my opinion, and a matchup I highly recommend you go out of your way to watch. Of course, Tony Nese was watching in the crowd, so we might get a Guevara versus Nese match in the future. But this was a great match between Sammy Guevara and Jay Lethal. I really like the story that they were portraying with, like, Sammy Guevara is a daredevil and that Sammy Guevara is like a risk taker and like his ribs were hurting the match. So I really like that. And this was just an overall great matchup. Sammy Guevara picks up the victory over Jay Lethal to retain the TNT Championship. Phenomenal matchup. I do recommend you go out of your way to watch this matchup. After that, the Inner Circle celebrates with Sammy Guevara. And of course, Lethal and Guevara shake hands, showing respect. And they all celebrate to end AEW Dynamite. And AEW Dynamite last night, my God, was it a phenomenal show. Like, this show, like, I literally had no complaints. None at all. Everything about last night was perfect. Okay? It shows like this that makes me proud to be a wrestling fan. God bless you, Tony Khan. God bless you, AEW. I fucking love AEW. AEW continues to be the number one best wrestling promotion in the entire freaking world. Love AEW. But yeah, that's all I got to say on that. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. What do you guys think about AEW Dynamite last night? Did you guys like it? Did you guys not like it? Was there something specifically you like? Was there something specifically you hate? I want to know what you guys think in the comment section. But thank you so much for watching. Much, much appreciated. This is Gabriel, and I'll see you next time in the Asylum. Have a nice night, everyone.